Hey, it's Raven Scry. It's certainly a massive time on the planet at the moment on so many levels. So today I just want to connect in with Spirit, leaving it very open to whatever they want to share with you guys today. I hope everyone's been well amongst the challenging energetic times. So before I start, I do have some readings available, private readings for November. So if you'd like one, please go to the About page of the channel and contact me from there. So let's begin now, expanding my energy out to Spirit, to receive the most important, highest information that is meant to come through to you all today. There's a strong, strong energy here coming in, and the words releasing the old is coming through so strongly here. I feel as though they're directing me into all the conflict that's around the globe at this time, but also mirroring it within. And it's as if there is this kind of clearing or purging of the old, but much in the way if you get sick and a sickness doesn't clear through, it's almost like the sickness has to return to move it through the collective. Unfortunately, that's very brutal in the way that feels, but that's what's being given here. So releasing the old, talking about staying true to you and what's important to you at this time. They're saying it's very evident to us that many of you around the globe are disassociating from what's taking place in some way, and it is part of the collective. It is part of all of us, what's taking place at this time. And they just want that to be understood. Now I'm feeling like there's kind of a gathering of a collective energy coming in from Spirit. Now as they present, they're putting a layer of protection around me and around their communication here. I'm not sure at this time why, but it feels as though it's like protecting and holding a safe space for what they wish to share, because the energy is so volatile at the moment, and there's so many energetic streams going in all directions. It's like storm. It's very stormy in the way that it feels. So as they surround me at this time with this energy, they're talking about people's voices. It's like they put energy around my throat area. They're speaking about people needing to share. There is this holding back. There is this repression in some way that's coming through very strongly. And they're wanting people to share. Now they're talking about sickness all around the globe in various different ways and in various different forms. They're talking about protecting self and protecting chakras, protecting your chakra systems in particular, and particularly around the throat is where they're bringing my attention to. They're talking about energies that are coming up, that are coming in from a very new frequencies, but it's as if they're muffled, and they're coming in through this kind of muffled system. And the example that they give me is like something's being broadcast through time and space, let's say, and you can hear it very, very clearly. It's like into a radio transistor. It's clear, the reception, but then when it's not clear, it's muffled and it's bzzz, you can't really hear what's going on. They're talking about the energy being very, very muffled in the way that they show it. We need to be able to clear our abilities to listen, our abilities to hear at this time, and hear on so many different levels. Now, they're talking about many of you will be contacted by loved ones at this time. Now, I ask Spirit, is this loved ones in the spirit world? Yes, it's almost like family members in the spirit world coming close to support your connection at this time, to be able to receive these higher frequencies and messages that are coming through. And it will be largely to do with energetic messages, energy flows coming through. It may not be, physical spoken messages, but it's like they show me somebody standing there, and it's like their loved ones come close and hold the energy and support the energy of the connection to take place from these higher frequencies, to be able to come through to you and be accessed. And it's as if they're happening in all of these different states, and many of you are not even aware that they're taking place, but they're just making me aware of these loved ones. So if you start to sense loved ones around you, if you start to really think about people who have passed, know that they're there and they're close by at this time. And know that you can also actually speak to them, connect to them. You might feel silly talking to yourself. It might feel like talking to yourself, but you're not actually doing that. You'd be speaking to a loved one that's there, and it only brings them closer and blends the energy more in that connection, therefore allowing you to receive the support that they can offer at this time, because they are very close. So just allow yourself that connection. And believe in the small signs that you may get. Some of you may get much larger signs, but some of you it may just come into your thought about someone who you love that's passed, and it's not for no reason. It's because their energy is close, and there for a reason at this time, particularly for support. For this energetic change that is taking place. Because they show me it's like, whoa, it's like it's high up, and it's like trying to come down through the layers, and as it travels, the dissonance and the opposing forces, it's like these energies are trying to travel through energetic fields that they haven't been able to, but for some reason there is more of an opening here, and it's disruptive. It's very disruptive. So it's like important to keep that heart space and that heart presence within, keeping yourself grounded and centered at this time, so you're not feeling this chaotic energy. And many of you will feel this chaotic energy, but this will support you to be more balanced and not just react and respond to what's coming through, and being irritated by these different frequencies. Sounds like my voice is a little bit irritated by the frequencies right there. So they're saying loved ones are all around you. There's all this white light and a lot of light and support at this time. You are not alone through this experience, through this time. We stand beside you. Now they're talking about trials and tribulations and repeating patterns things that keep coming around again in life, that you're like, oh, I'm here again. What's going on in this situation? It's like it's repeating. And there's these themes of repetition that are coming up very strongly at the moment, to be cleared. And I ask Spirit, well, how can they be cleared? Give us some more insight here. They talk about surrendering and letting go through the processes that you're experiencing. It's like the trouble will set in when you resist, is what they're saying. Again, there's this deep connection to heart coming in, heart and release and letting go. It's like there is this big presence in the heart that comes in around release and letting go. And they show their connection. It's like Spirit's connection to the heart space. It's like the more you drop into that heart space and not resist, the more they can be there, and the more you'll feel their support and their resonance. Because if you're not dropped into that space and surrendering to your current situation in life, there will be a lot of resistance and, almost fighting with yourself. And it doesn't have to be that way, and it will feel very unsupported if you are doing that. You will feel like themes and angry, like there's resistance and anger, many volatile emotions here. But the more you allow and drop in and surrender into your heart space, the more you'll feel the resonance of this Spirit presence that is there for you at this time and is very close and wants to support you at this time, and they connect in the heart space so strongly in the heart space. But if you're not in your heart space, it's like they don't have a place to connect with you. They can't come through to you in that place. So really focusing on finding your center and surrendering, relaxing, even though, it's such challenging times, and for many of us there's huge things going on around the globe, but we can't fight against it. And the more we surrender into ourselves, the more we'll have support from the higher realms and support from Spirit. They talk about energies that are trying to dominate and interfere with the status quo. Oh, I feel and hear the winds outside. There's a lot of rain as I'm connecting here, aligning with what Spirit's wanting to bring through. They're bringing through images of like jet fighters. This with the dominating element, there is this element of domination, which feels to me connected into what's taking place within these situations. For some reason, I don't want to speak to it, being held back from speaking to it directly. But, these themes of war here, and there's no way that you can fight this energy. It's like it needs to dissipate itself. It needs to think that it can dominate, and then it will play its course, whatever's taking place here. But there's no ability to fight here. It's useless, is the way that it's coming through. It's a useless situation. I mean, it feels like war. It feels like fighting, and it's not going to be good on any end. But the advice that's coming through from Spirit is just, again, finding self, finding center, finding heart space, and support from Spirit at this time. If you're being confronted with dominating energies, harsh energies, not trying to step out, and engage with them at all, moving away, moving within, moving into your center, and connecting to the earth and the planet and spirit. That's the most supportive thing to do at this time. They're just showing me images of soldiers marching, and really just horrible scenes of war. Spirit wants to share that they are there in these situations, that they do support what's taking place. For the people who are suffering, they support the love and the light, and that some of their experiences are happening. And I hate to speak to this feels very hard, but it's like many of them have made agreements to go through this process, and it's part of their evolution. And those that pass are returning into the light. And although it's not an easy process, it's a hard process. They will return home. And there's been an evolution of learning that's needed within the soul, within the collective. And again, that's so hard to speak to, because how can this be known about or meant to be? Like it really feels so heartless. But it's part of the evolution of what's taking place and what's needing to take place. So as a collective, we evolve and learn and change. So Spirit is here in these situations, and their light is with the people who are suffering. Okay, I ask Spirit, is there anything more that they wish to share today? They're talking about the suffering not stopping until there is release, a letting go, a surrendering. People need to stop and realize that this is all coming from within. We are powerful beings. We are powerful creators. We all have a part in this story. We are not disconnected from these stories. We can find our connections if we look within. It is so clear. They say you are part of this whole. And you all have so much more power than you realize energetically. So don't waste your time looking outside when you can look inside, and the answers are right there. They say God bless to exit, to end the reading here today, and in the sense that I get, there is a really very Christed consciousness that I'm feeling within this exchange. The feeling of the light in these scenes and around us within the spirit world, it's very Christed in its frequency. So the Christed energy is just very close at this time. Allow yourself to connect with it in your heart space. Okay, I'm going to thank Spirit for everything that's come through. Although very challenging, I offer it and hope that it reaches the ears that it's meant to reach. I want to speak to, when there's reference to God here, God bless, and Christed, I'm not speaking on a religious end. I'm speaking of the frequencies of these energies. Now, this is a whole other conversation, but I'm just not speaking to, any religion or anything in particular, if that's where any of your minds have gone. So I just had to speak to that. So wishing you all lots of love and light in the strength of who you all are at this time. I'm going to see you again soon. Take extra care. Blessings to you all. Raven Scry signing off.